how do you define what makes effective use of sound? It must meet its requirement. In this case, it was for a game based on a film, so it needed to meet certain requirements. The first was that it should be interactive. When something happens, it should be able to play and not interfere with the other sounds. In this game, there are numerous sounds that do that, such as beeping robots or doors opening. Are these effective? Not really. They do sound like they've been stuck on rather than coming from the door. However, they do sound like Star Wars, which is another important need for these sounds. Working on a game from films means that the game must reflect the film's atmosphere and tones. Music is one way to do this, at which this game excels at. Music on its own won't work. It must be adapted so that it can fit the situation at hand. One example is combat. Slow, peaceful music won't work, as it would ruin the experience. Music needs to be able to adapt and pick up pace without the player noticing. If the player doesn't notice it, then the music has done its job. If it's on off between each fight, then it'll feel jerky and break immersion. In games, the sound must reinforce player actions while helping to create an immersive environment. One way this game does this well is with the lightsabers. They buzz as they should and reinforce the action of activating them. This game is brilliant at creating immersion through sounds. The game music is written as if it were a film score, and this really helps to bring the player into the game. So much so that the soundtrack for this video was actually taken from the game, so you can have a listen. As I have previously said, the music was written like a film. The writer has said that they had to make the players feel epic and also remember the original films. Music for games, even if written like films, again must be adaptive. It's very important for games as they are dynamic environments and not static environments. It's not one shot that can be able to synced up. It's live, and so there has to be a great deal of skill in writing this music. One way a game adds to its audio is by digitally creating an audio environment. The audio environment is created by adding effects like reverb, pan, and muffling. It's all about how the sound would be heard in real life. If you were in a large room where the sound bounces back, or a small carpeted room, or even outside. This game doesn't do this very well, or even at all from what I can tell. The only thing I could hear was if you walk on metal floors, the sound does change, and I'm pretty sure there is some reverb inside the rooms, but it's not very noticeable.
Cypher 9 to headquarters, stand by for databank upload.
Watcher 3 here, standing by.
Most of the sounds in Star Wars The Old Republic sound to me to be synthesized instead of recorded. This means that there are likely no legal issues using them. This technique for making sounds is called Foley. It means making sounds with alternatives to the original sound, or basically faking the sound. They could have bought sounds from a sound library from a sound company. However, this will make the sounds unoriginal, and they may appear in other games or films which the team don't really want. I don't think they did this, but I'm not really sure. Finally, they could have originally recorded the sound. They did this with the game music, with several orchestras, and I imagine it was recorded at Lucassound for that classic Star Warsy sound. There could be legal issues with using sounds from Star Wars, as it would be against copyright. However, I imagine that permission would have been given along the way, because they would have commissioned the game at some point.